Hello guys, welcome back to LR Anime. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of BTTH Rebirth of Emperor Yang episode number 185 based on novel. So let's start. In the hall, Equation and Yuan Qing looked at Xiao Yang in amazement. They glanced back and forth between Xiao Yang and Fang Ruyan. Their hearts immediately became clear. The strong man Fang Ruyan said was Xiao Yang in front of them. I have to say that the word fate is really hard to figure out. One day ago, Xiao Yang unintentionally saved Fang Ruyan, but he didn't expect to meet Yuan Qing the next day. The most important thing is that there is a subtle connection between the two people. Why are you at my house? Fang Ruyan's pretty face also showed a surprised expression. She didn't expect that Xiao Yang, who directly refused her invitation the day before, would take the initiative to appear in her family the next day. It's too funny. Cough, this is a long story. He coughed twice, and Xiao Yang shrugged helplessly. On one side, Equation and Yuan Qing looked at each other. Both of them couldn't help laughing. Immediately, Equation quickly bowed to Xiao Yang and said sincerely, "In the next equation, thank Mr. Xiao Yang for saving the little girl Ruyan." Even Yuan Qing on one side arched his hand again at Xiao Yang. He and Equation are close friends, and Fang Ruyan also regards it as his own. The affairs of the Fang family have long been regarded by him as his own affairs. Since Xiao Yang saved Fang Ruyan, it is equivalent to another great kindness to him. You're welcome. My behavior yesterday was just easy. Besides, brother Yuan Qing and I were old acquaintances and friends. You always do this to me, but it makes me feel a little divided. Ha ha, since Mr. Xiao Yang said so, we are not polite. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. Equation laughs, and Xiao Yang laughs loudly with the two. Soon, the three gradually converge their smiles, and the expression on their faces returns to a solemn color. Equation looks at Xiao Yang and says, "Brother Xiao Yang, 3 days later, it will be the day when our Fang family and the Wang family will completely break up. At that time, it will be a bloody battle. Wang Xiong, the previous leader of the Wang family, has set foot in the 5-star fight against the emperor, and his strength is very important. Therefore, I hope to invite you to help our Fang family through this difficulty." As soon as he said this, Yuan Qing on one side also nodded, faced Xiao Yang and said, "Brother Xiao Yang, we know you are also a 5-star fighting emperor, but the battle in 3 days is extraordinary. I also hope to invite you to help us. Of course, I don't want you to kill Wang Xiong. As long as you can help us hold him down, we will help you when we solve the rest of the Wang family. Yes, although the Jinj is not weak, he is extremely cowardly. He is a typical master who eats soft and fears hard. As long as Mr. Xiao Yang helps and shakes him back at that time, we will catch the Wang family." The two sang in unison, and the title in their mouth immediately narrowed the distance between Xiao Yang and them. Several words fell down, which made Xiao Yang have no reason to refuse. However, they don't seem to have very confidence in Xiao Yang's strength. They all let Xiao Yang try his best to hold Wang Xiong down, but they don't think Xiao Yang has the ability to defeat him. Of course, if we put two strong men at the same level together, if they are the same age, perhaps the gap between them is not different, but if they are different in age, their combat power will also change. Perhaps it is because Wang Xiong is older that Jiang is still old and spicy. Therefore, the two people in front of him think that in the real battle, Wang Xiong may be stronger than Xiao Yang, which makes the latter try his best to delay rather than defeat him. However, this man obviously underestimated Xiao Yang's strength. Even the strong man in the middle of the 7-star fighting emperor almost died in his hands. How big waves can a 5-star fighting emperor turn over? In this regard, Xiao Yang smiled non-committally. When Fang Ruyan saw the smile on the latter's face, there was a sudden sense of doubt in the girl's heart. Inexplicably, she felt that in the face of Wang Xiong, maybe Xiao Yang's victory rate would be greater. The girl was also stunned by the idea suddenly rising from the bottom of her heart. She thought that a crimson color could not help appearing on her pretty face. While the three people in front were still chatting happily, she hurried out of the hall. It's night. The stars on the 9 days are bright, and the bright silver moon is like a silver plate, emitting bright light in the night sky. The moonlight spread like snowflakes on the earth, illuminating the city below as if it were day. Helan City, within the Wang family. Patriarch Wang Zhenyu and his father, Wang Xiong, the previous patriarch, are standing in the council hall. The old man in golden robe showed a cold smile on his dark face. She was looking forward to the decisive battle with the Fang family in 3 days. Based on his understanding of each other's family, Fang's family vowed not to leave Helan City, so he was already ready to launch a final decisive battle with them in 3 days. This war will determine who will dominate the future Helan City and whose world this city will become. And his royal family is bound to become the master of the city. The Fang family is bound to become history. Father, according to the calculation of time, the adult should come in the morning of the 3rd day. Behind Wang Xiong, Wang Zhenyu said respectfully. Although Wang Zhenyu is now the head of the family, the actual power lies in the hands of his father, and all the measures of the family are decided by him. Well, that adult has limited time. You'd better solve this matter as soon as possible. In case, call the guy Jinj. Wang Xiong looks like he has seen the end of the Fang family. Hearing the speech, Wang Zhenyu could not help frowning slightly. After a little hesitation, he hesitated and said, "Father, didn't that adult say that he would bring a 5-star fighting emperor? If he did it, why should we want Jinj to come here? He will only pick up money." "What do you know?" Wang Xiong snapped and snorted coldly. Although Jinj is greedy for money, he is not a fool. As long as he sees that we can invite that adult and a 5-star fighting emperor, he will know the details of our king's family. With this thing to frighten him and see what tricks he dares to play with us in the future. Wang Zhenyu was flustered and realized that he flattered and repeatedly said yes. Immediately, Wang Xiong told him a few more words. Only after he confirmed that everything was correct did he succeed and leave the hall with a smile. After that, Wang Zhenyu's face sank down. He scolded Old Immortal in his heart, and then left the hall. Time passed quickly. In a twinkling of an eye, the 3rd day with the same expectations as the Wangs finally came under the tense atmosphere in Helan City. In the early morning, the morning light like gauze spread on the earth, but Helan City has long been bustling. In just 3 days, many strong people have gathered here. In addition to the original population in the city, even the strong fighting emperor have gathered a lot. This group of people came for the decisive battle between the Fang family and the Wang family today. Naturally, the Wang family spread the news by themselves. The purpose is to let more people see the strength of their Wang family. This practice can deter the 4 sides and stabilize the family. In a way, it can bring certain benefits to their Wang family. The calculation of the Wang family is not only the idea of the Fang family, but also many surrounding cities, including Wuyou City. It seems that it is only the declaration of war of the other party's family. In fact, it is a warning to these forces. Wang Xiong, the old man, and Wang Zhenyu, the master of the royal family, stood in front of the gate. Behind them were the strong men of the royal family. There were dozens of high-ranking semi-emperor strong men alone. There were even 2 1-star dipper emperors. According to their costumes, they didn't look like the people of the royal family. It seemed that they had invited them to offer sacrifices. In the queue in front of the head, in addition to the patriarch Wang Zhenyu and the old man Wang Xiong, there is also a middle-aged man in brocade. This is the Jinj he and Xiao Yang saw in Wuyou City a few days ago. 5 strong fighting emperors and dozens of high-level semi-strong emperors are enough to crush the Fang family a few days ago. Of course, it was only a few days ago. I didn't expect that Master Wang even invited the Su brothers. It seems that Master Wang is bound to win a war with the Fang family today. Jin Ji's eyes narrowed falsely. He glanced at the 2 1-star dipper emperors standing upright behind him. He looked at Wang Xiong in front of him with a smiling face, and said with a smile, "Ha, I asked them to leave Helan City 3 days ago, but it was just my intention to delay time. I know that the Fang family will never leave Helan City even if they die. Therefore, I invited an adult in addition to the 2 brothers of Su in these 3 days." Wang Xiong smiled on his old face and stared at the western sky. "If it's good, calculate the time, and the man should arrive." Oh! Hearing Wang Xiong's words, Ginge couldn't help picking his eyebrows. He could call him an adult. I'm afraid his origin is unusual. While Ginge was in doubt, on the western horizon of Helan City, two breath came faintly. This is. Aware of the two smells, Ginge immediately frowned and showed a look of surprise in his eyes. The owner of one of the two breath is only an 8-star-and-a-half emperor, while the other person has a strong breath, which is no less than Wang Xiong next to him. It is not difficult to predict that this second person is another 5-star fighting emperor. Hiss. Aware of this, even though Jin Jedang couldn't help taking a breath, he was also a 5-star fighting emperor. In this way, only the Wang family had two 5-star fighting emperors. Even if it was placed in the western regions, this lineup was not weak. It's hard to imagine that Wang Xiong set up such a lineup just for a Fang family. Of course, in contrast, Wang Xiong naturally knows that although the 5-star fighting emperor will follow, the probability of letting him fight is almost negligible. The other party's purpose is only to protect the 8-star-and-half emperor, which is far from their Wang family. Old man, you're the only one I've seen in my life. Ginge couldn't help but marvel, which made the smile on Wang Xiong's old face richer. What he wanted was this result. He wanted everyone in the city to understand that his Wang family could afford a 5-star fighting emperor, which was enough to frighten the heroes. Sure enough, almost at the same time that the two breath appeared within the scope of Helan City, the huge city quickly became noisy, and the voices full of surprise lingered over the city. Everyone's hearts were full of surprise. Finally, under countless eyes, the two shadows passed over Helan City and fell in the position of the king's house. Almost at the same time, in the Fang family residence and the conference hall, the master equation and Yuan Qing, as well as the elders of the family, showed an extremely shocked look on their faces. At the same time, a deep panic also poured out madly from the bottom of their hearts. What's the matter? There are two more, and one of them is still the 5-star fighting emperor. In this way, doesn't it mean that there are two 5-star fighting emperors in the Wang family now? So isn't today's war? Almost all the people in the hall were staring with both eyes and fear. They didn't expect that the Wang family could invite such a person anyway. A 5-star fighting emperor has already made them feel pressure. Now another one is enough for the Wang family to crush them. Patriarch, what can we do now? There's no way back. Just wait for the people of the Wang family to come to the door, and our Fang family will be over. No, let's move. Helan City is indeed our foundation, but we can't ruin the whole family. The Patriarch, it's really not. We'd better let the younger generation of the family find a way to leave Helan City. We old guys die, but they are the hope of our Fang family after all. We can't let them have an accident. The addition of a 5-star fighting emperor to the Wang family was a devastating blow to the Fang family. In a short time, the glimmer of hope that the whole Fang family had just raised because of the emergence of Xiao Yang was so dashed. They don't think that Xiao Yang, a 5-star fighting emperor, can help their Fang family escape this disaster. Therefore, no matter what they do, the most important thing now is to find a way to make the younger generation of the family continue. Hearing the heavy words of several elders in the family, the equation as the patriarch also had a low face and almost despair in his heart. Can you only escape Helan City like a lost dog? But what can be done? If they continue to delay like this, they may not even have a last chance. Alas! He sighed deeply. Even if he was unwilling, the current family was more important. He must not give up the whole family because of any emotion. Is the Fang family ruined in my hands? With this in mind, he couldn't help feeling sad. But just as he was about to get up and announce something, Xiao Yang, dressed in black, slowly stepped into the hall with a smile. Master Fang, don't worry. I'll clean up the strong fighting emperors of the Wang family in person. You just need to solve the strong semi-emperors. There was no wave in the plain voice of the words. The words were introduced into the ears of the people present, but they immediately set off a storm in their hearts. Their eyes fell on Xiao Yang, shocked and suspicious. Mr. Xiao Yang, we also know that you are a 5-star fighting emperor, but this matter is related to the life and death of our Fang family. We can't help but be joked by Mr. Xiao Yang. Hearing Xiao Yang's arrogant words, several family elders in the hall couldn't help frowning tightly and looked at each other. Immediately, Their faces looked at Xiao Yang a little low and said in a deep voice. Although the person in front of him is indeed a 5-star fighting emperor, after all, he is still young, and how strong can he be? I'm afraid he will be very hard to face Wang Xiong alone. Now he dares to say such rampant words, which is too high for him. Elder, Mr. Xiao Yang is the present sacrifice of our Fang family. As an elder, can't you even distinguish his status? Although he didn't believe Xiao Yang's words, one day ago Xiao Yang had promised to be the sacrifice of their Fang family, and promised that they would fight for the Fang family, with emotion and reason. What his eldest elders said was a little too much. As soon as the equation was spit out, the elder's face suddenly changed slightly. Then he quickly got up and apologized to Xiao Yang, who had come to the center of the hall. After all, the rules of Yuanwu mainland are like this. Generally speaking, a 5-star fighting emperor can never fight 2 5-star fighting emperors at the same time without losing. The elders of the Fang family can only infer from common sense. However, how can Xiao Yang's strength be inferred from common sense? I don't know what Mr. Xiao Yang just said. After hesitating for a long time, the equation was asked tentatively. Master Fang, don't worry. I'll take care of all the strong fighting emperors of the Wang family. You just deal with the rest of the Fang family. Xiao Yang smiled and raised a confident smile on his face. Seeing this scene in the eyes of Equation and Yuan Qing, they couldn't help but pick their eyebrows and feel suspicious in their hearts. Does Xiao Yang really have such strength? I don't know how sure Mr. Xiao Yang is. 10%. This time, the last word in the equation mouth just spit out, Xiao Yang calmly replied with a light smile on his face. Hiss. As soon as he said this, the people in the hall couldn't help taking a breath, and their faces showed an unbelievable look. Just from what they know about the Wang family, there are 4 strong dipper for convenience, including 2 5-star dipper, 1 4-star dipper and 1 3-star dipper. Such a lineup has occupied an advantage in the number of strong dipper only. According to common sense, the Fang family has no possibility to win. Then, the equation depends entirely on Mr. Xiao Yang. After pondering for a moment, the equation finally clenched its teeth and solemnly opened its mouth. Now the situation of the Fang family is in danger. It is too late to make more plans in many aspects. Now they have to put all their eggs in one basket, and maybe they can have a glimmer of hope. This is a big bet. The bet is their whole family. Success or failure is related to the fate of their Fang family. Hearing the speech, Xiao Yang smiled and nodded. His eyes swept over the people present. As soon as his body turned, he walked out of the hall. The corners of his mouth rose slightly, showing a playful smile. His eyes looked up and looked in the direction of the Wang family. He didn't expect to meet that guy again in Helan City. He let him go twice before, but this time, Xiao Yang won't have that kind heart again. In the hall, seeing Xiao Yang leave, the elders of the Fang family turned their eyes to the equation on which the Lord Saturday. Clan leader, do you really place all your hopes on him like this? Mr. Xiao Yang is indeed a 5-star fighting emperor. It's good, but it's related to the survival of our Fang family. We can't believe the words of an outsider. Fang Shong, who do you say is an outsider? As soon as the elder said this, Yuan Qing beside him twisted his eyebrows and shouted in a deep voice. Don't get me wrong, Mr. Yuan Qing. We don't believe you, but this Xiao Yang. Enough. The elder's words didn't fall, but his face was angry. He slapped the handrail heavily, stood up and shouted. Fang Shong, you'd better remember that Mr. Xiao Yang is now a sacrifice of our Fang family. His strength is enough to make us believe every word of him. If you really think Mr. Xiao Yang can't defeat the 2 5-star fighting emperors, why don't you go? I. Fang Shong was shocked. How could he be the opponent of the 5-star fighting emperor with his cultivation of the 9-star and half emperor? You don't have the ability to doubt others. Fang Shong, you should find out now that it's not Mr. Xiao Yang asking for help, but we're asking him. If he doesn't want to, he can turn around and leave. If you dare to disrespect Mr. Xiao Yang like this, don't blame me for withdrawing your position as a great elder. Fang still knows his mistake. After all, the equation is the head of a family. Speaking with dignity and shock, everyone in the hall was frightened. After listening to the words of the equation, Fang Shong suddenly realized his mistake and quickly admitted his mistake to the equation. It's not me that you should apologize, but Mr. Xiao Yang. With an admonition, the equation could not sit down again. Dozens of strong breath suddenly appeared over the Fang family residence. The powerful momentum was like the landing of Mount Tai meteorite, oppressing everyone of the Fang family. The whole Fang family was on full alert at this moment. Everyone tightened his body, and the fighting spirit in his body poured out of his body madly, using the strength of the whole family to resist the momentum and pressure in the sky. Ha ha ha, the 3-day deadline has come. Since your Fang family still doesn't want to leave Helan City, is it going to integrate into my Wang family and become a branch of my Wang family? In the sky, Wang Xiong was full of sarcastic laughter, which spread like thunder. In the Fang family's conference hall, a group of high-level officials hurried out of the door, looked up at the sky and looked at the people above. Especially when the eyes of the equation saw the people around Wang Xiong again, the expression on his face immediately became extremely dignified. It seems that the situation is much more troublesome than he thought. Now, in addition to the 4 strong fighting emperors, there are 2 one-star fighting emperors behind Wang Xiong. What surprised Equation and Yuan Qing most was that at this time, it was not the 5-star fighting emperor standing next to Wang Xiong, but the 8-star-and-a-half emperor who came with him. As for the man, he stood on his side, one left and one right, obviously taking the 8-star-and-a-half emperor as the center. I'm afraid the identity of this 8-star-and-a-half emperor is unusual. It's just a small 4-star fighting emperor, Wang Xiong. You even invite me to come. Are you afraid of them with your strength? At this time, the 8-star-and-a-half emperor beside Wang Xiong also explored the accomplishments of the people in the lower courtyard and found that the strongest person was only Yuan Qing, who was a 4-star fighting emperor. After that, a dark old face could not help showing an ironic smile. Hey, Mr. Shu, I did this just in case. The Fang family has been a worry of my Wang family for so many years in Helan City. Now I can finally solve it. How dare I be careless? Please come, just hope to use your reputation to frighten them, or let them give up resistance and join our Wang family. This is natural better yet. You only invited me to frighten the Fang family. I'm afraid it's far more than that. Hearing the speech, the old man in the brocade robe who was called Lord Shu smiled sarcastically. His eyes swept from the Jinj behind him, and then swept one by one from the strong fighting emperors in the void of the city. He also guessed about Wang Xiong's abacus in his heart. Tacit. Okay, it's a tacit understanding, but look at what you take out, I'll help you this time. Lord Shu smiled coldly, and Wang Xiong kept turning his lips in his heart. If the people in front of him didn't want to benefit, how could they help them? This guy, relying on his own ability, will solicit money everywhere. He will die of greed sooner or later. While these people in the sky were talking and laughing, Xiao Yang, dressed in black robes, was also looking at the Lord Shu who was hugged by 2 5-star fighting emperors in the sky with a sneer. In fact, the so-called adult Shu in Wang Xiong's mouth is Shu Songming, a new 3rd-class herbalist of the Herbalist Alliance who was defeated by Xiao Yang twice. In Helan City, 2 groups of people and horses stand on one side and confront each other. The atmosphere between heaven and earth is particularly heavy, especially the people of the Fang family. They see the menacing opposite. The number of strong people is more than 10 more than their Fang family. The number of strong people can be described as crushing. Today's World War I, just from now on, the Fang family is undoubtedly doomed. Alas, it's a pity that the Fang family has stood tall and upright in Helan City for many years, but I can't imagine that they will eventually be swallowed up by the Wang family. No, since the ancestor of the Wang family broke through the 5-star fighting emperor, the Wang family has been recruiting strong people everywhere in recent years. The purpose is for today. I'm afraid the Fang family can only bow its head this time. Seeing such a scene above the sky, the pedestrians in the city below couldn't help sighing, and the words were full of desolation. After all, the Wang family's trip was fierce, which was not comparable to the Fang family at all. No matter from which point of view, today's Fang family was doomed. High above the sky, the equation was facing Wang Xiong and others with a dignified face. The sweat on his forehead was dripping. Even the palm under his sleeve robe was trembling slightly, indicating the dignification in his heart at the moment. However, at this moment, what worries the equation more is that Xiao Yang, the last reliance of his Fang family, has not appeared until now. Is it an escape? The elders during the holiday couldn't help thinking of this. At the same time, they were even more frightened. Once so, doesn't it mean that Xiao Yang sold them openly? In this way, not only the Fang family can't be rescued, I'm afraid even one person can't survive. This Xiao Yang. After a while, the people of the Fang family couldn't help scolding themselves. Only the equation and Yuan Qing in front of the team were still anxiously waiting for Xiao Yang to appear. They believe that Xiao Yang is definitely not the kind of person who is afraid to escape. Since he dares to say that, he will be responsible to their Fang family to the end. Sure enough. While the Fangs were scolding Xiao Yang in their hearts, the void in front of the equation suddenly twisted. Then, Xiao Yang, dressed in black robes, slowly appeared. Facing the Fangs, he raised a slight smile at the corners of his mouth and slowly swept his eyes from the people in front of him. Anyone who touched his eyes could not help shrinking his neck. There was a look of embarrassment on his face. At this time, behind Xiao Yang, everyone in the Wang family could not help but show a look of doubt when they saw the suddenly appeared man in black robe, especially the strong fighting emperor in front of him and Xu Songming, a third-order medicine refiner. When they looked at the man in black robe, they couldn't help a dignified look. Being able to appear in front of them with such a strange body method has proved that the black-robed man in front of them is obviously a strong man fighting the emperor, and from this point of view, it is obvious that he is not here to help them. Well, in that case, the man in black should be from the Fang family. I don't know who you are. Today's business is the business of the Wang family and the Fang family in Helan City. Please don't interfere. Wang Xiong looked solemnly at the black-robed man in front of him, politely arched his hands and said in a deep voice. Although he is a 5-star fighting emperor, the person in front of him seems to be shrouded in something. His breath perception can't get close to the black-robed man at all, let alone explore his cultivation strength. In the face of such a person, even Wang Xiong is unwilling to provoke him easily. If he can persuade him to retreat, it is undoubtedly the best. However, the man in black didn't listen to Wang Xiong's words. He didn't even turn his back to their bodies. This can't help but make Wang Xiong angry in his heart. How could he have been ignored like this? On one side, Xu Songming frowned, and a pair of dark old eyes stared at the back of the black-robed figure in front of him. How could this person's back give him a sense of déjà vu? At the same time, at the bottom of his heart, there was a faint uneasiness rising. Who the hell is this person? Xu Songming was full of doubts. When his doubts turned, his mood became impatient, and even his breathing between his nose became slightly hasty. Finally, when Xu Songming stared at Xiao Yang with both eyes, the latter seemed to be aware of it. A smile came up at the corners of his mouth. Immediately, in the solemn eyes of the Wang family behind him, he slowly turned around and revealed a handsome face under his black robe. When the sun shines, Xiao Yang pulls off his black robe and welcomes the baptism of the sun. At the same time, a pair of dark and deep eyes like a secluded pool also look at Xu Songming, and the smile on his face gradually becomes ironic. Master Xu, when Xiancheng leaves, we haven't seen each other for several years. It's really safe. Buzz. At the moment when Xiao Yang's words fell, Xu Songming's body suddenly shook. The whole person was struck by lightning. The shock and fear in his heart surged out from the bottom of his heart like a volcanic eruption. He looked stunned, and a pair of eyes almost burst out of his eyes. This is the perfect display of the incredible emotions in his heart. No matter how, he didn't expect that the person in front of him was still alive. How could he still be alive in the face of the siege of two families? You. How did you? Why are you still alive, aren't you? Xiao Yang sneered and mocked in his eyes. Master Xu, who is he? Seeing Xu Songming showing such a look, the two people on one side immediately frowned. The identity of the latter would show such an expression to a young man. It's too funny. Go. Come on, get out of here. Xu Songming has already neglected so much. He has seen Xiao Yang's terror twice. He has left an indelible fear impression on the black-robed young man in his heart. He thought he had been bound by the two families, but now, Xiao Yan is not only safe, but it seems that even his accomplishments have improved to a higher level. Hihi, why should Master Shu be nervous? We have 6 strong men fighting against the Emperor. Even if this boy has extraordinary strength, how can he be the opponent of the strong men fighting against the Emperor? It's a big deal. I asked the Su brothers to finish him, which can be regarded as saving the master from great trouble. Wang Xiong didn't think much of Shu Songming's panic. As soon as he changed his meaning and smiled, he wanted to send the Su brothers behind him to come forward. However, Shu Songming gave a cold hum with a distorted face, turned his head to Wang Xiong and shouted in a deep voice. "Shut up, Wang Xiong, you fool. With him, why didn't you say it earlier? Today? No. In the future, you can solve the problems of the Wang family and the Fang family by yourself. Today, it's like I've never been here." Shu Songming drank in a deep voice. His eyes flashed quickly over Xiao Yang. He turned around and wanted to take the 5-star fighting emperor to leave. At the same time, the faces of all the members of the Wang family couldn't help showing a look of surprise. How could they expect that the master would be such a timid person, just a young man? What's to be afraid of? Shua. When Shu Songming just turned around, Xiao Yang appeared in front of him in a very abrupt way. Hihi, since you've come, don't go. With a smile, Xiao Yang's heart moved. Suddenly, the powerful momentum of the 5-star fighting emperor swept across at this moment, like an invisible storm, and oppressed the 2 people in front of him. In the sky above Helan City, Xiao Yang stood proudly, with a terrible momentum, gushed out unreservedly, like a flash flood, and rushed hard at the 2 people in front of him. Suddenly, the 5-star fighting emperor's momentum released from Xiao Yang's body shocked all the strong fighting emperors present. Who could have thought that this ordinary-looking young man in black would be a strong fighting emperor? Moreover, the most shocking thing is that he is still a 5-star fighting emperor. He is the 5-star fighting emperor. At this moment, even Wang Xiong, in his old eyes, could not bear to be shocked. I think he has been a man half buried in the earth in his poor life. Only then did he get lucky to break through the 5-star fighting emperor. But look at this young man in black robe. Without showing any breath, who would think he is a strong fighting emperor? Who could have thought that he was still the 5-star fighting emperor? This is incredible. However, at present, the situation has changed greatly, but he can't allow him to hesitate anymore. The top priority is to solve Xiao Yang first. As for the people of the Fang family, even if they don't do it, with Wang Zhenyu and Jin Ji, plus a Su brother, with these people, I believe it's enough to solve the people of the Fang family. Boom. The powerful momentum and pressure with unparalleled momentum towards the 2 people's fierce oppression. The 5-star fighting emperor beside Shu Songming also stepped forward fiercely while his face changed. Suddenly, a powerful momentum belonging to the early stage of the 5-star fighting emperor swept outward at this moment. In an instant, it actually blocked Xiao Yang's momentum. However, it's a pity that after a short moment, Xiao Yang's momentum and pressure will easily repel the 5-star fighting emperor with the potential of destroying the withered and decaying. Then, he will force Wang Xiong, who rushed forward, and the people of the Wang family behind him back. Wow! The appearance of this scene immediately caused an uproar in the city below. Countless strong people looked shocked at the black-robed figure in the sky, and the voice of discussion soon spread all over the sky. High above the sky, the faces of the people of the Wang family also changed sharply. Did they ever think that this mysterious man in black could shock back the people of their whole family with his own strength, and even Wang Xiong, who is the 5-star fighting emperor, was shocked back by him at one stroke. Who is this man? Until this moment, the people of the Fang family believed what Xiao Yang had said before and safely handed over the strong fighting emperors to him. They just had to deal with the half-emperors of the Wang family. At that time, hearing Xiao Yang's words, the elders of the Fang family were still full of doubts, and no one could believe it. Until now, after seeing Xiao Yang suppress the other family on his own, the elders of the Fang family realized that the latter's power was far beyond their imagination. It was really hard to imagine with the momentum and authority shown by Xiao Yang at this time, he's just a 5-star fighter. Xiao Yang, I quit today and I'll leave. I'll leave right now. You don't think you've seen me. In fact, nothing has happened between us. The previous things are misunderstandings. Those guys have been punished. Your adult has a lot of money. Just write it off and write it off. I beg you, just treat me as a fart and let me go, okay? In the face of Xiao Yang, Xu Songming really can't afford any courage. The person in front of him is like a bright moon in the night sky, emitting incomparable brilliance, and he is just the most distant star. How can the light of fireflies compete with the bright moon? This is Xu Songming's evaluation of himself. Compared with the person in front of him, he is nothing. A few years ago, Xiao Yang was just a 6-star-and-a-half emperor. At that time, he was able to kill the strong 3-star fighting emperor. Now, his cultivation is better than before. Who can be his opponent in the same level? Although he is guarded by the 5-star fighting emperor, Xu Songming doesn't believe it at all. With the strength of this guy, can he stop Xiao Yang? I'm afraid that only by adding him and Wang Xiong together, it may be possible to stop Xiao Yang for a moment. Sure. For a moment, Xiao Yang's body shape appeared in front of Xu Songming. Although he was a third-order herbalist, Xu Songming didn't notice the latter's body method. At that moment, Xu Songming felt a great fear in his heart. His whole body was uncontrollably frozen in place, shaking violently. A pair of eyes stared at Xiao Yang in front of him. His eyes were scarlet, and the color of fear appeared on his face. The person in front of him has already become a nightmare in his heart. The misunderstanding you said is just because you can't kill me. If the situation turns around now, do you think you will let me go? Xiao Yang sneered, turned his palm, and fell hard on the latter's forehead. At the critical moment of life and death, Xu Songming's deep desire for survival far defeated his fear. In a hurry, he responded and shouted in horror. Master Yuan, save me. With a loud cry, the 5-star fighting emperor, who was shocked by Xiao Yang's momentum just now, also bit his teeth, moved forward, and rushed away with a dignified face towards Xiao Yang. The 5-star fighting emperor appeared in front of Xiao Yang, facing Xiao Yang's palm with one hand and grasping Xu Songming with the other hand. However, in the face of the 5-star fighting emperor's attack, Xiao Yang uttered a cold hum. His heart moved, and the power in the palm immediately became more strengthened and horizontal. Then, he collided with the palm of the latter. As soon as the arm shook, the powerful force suddenly gushed out from Xiao Yang's palm, and the powerful force poured out. With the momentum of destroying the withered and decaying, the powerful force broke the fighting skills of the 5-star fighting emperor in an instant. After that, the remaining strength was still unmatched, and the palm pushed forward heavily. Together with the back of the palm of the 5-star fighting emperor, they fell heavily on half of Xu Songming's face. Bang! With only one palm, Xiao Yang shook back the 5-star fighting emperor in front of him again. Together with Xu Songming's body, he flew backward uncontrollably. Although the injury was not fatal, half of his face swelled rapidly, and blood gushed out along the corners of his mouth, which made his fear even worse. At this time, Wang Xiong was also surprised and angry. How could he expect that Xu Songming would put on a high appearance on weekdays, and everyone would avoid 3 points when he saw him, but now, when he saw the man in black, he would be so afraid. It's really shameful. Moreover, the strength of the black-robed man is far above him. If he fights alone, Wang Xiong thinks he can't be his opponent. This can be seen from Master Yuan alone. I thought it would be a killing show. Who could have thought that it would evolve into this? All this was caused by the sudden appearance of Xiao Yang. This video will end here.